Today we are launching the first network of its kind, honoring what's most important to us here at WWE, all of you. With 24/7 programming, unlimited access to our massive video library, and starting with this year's WrestleMania, you get every live pay-per-view event throughout the year. It's truly a television experience like none other, and it's available anywhere, anytime. WWE Network is a living, evolving testament to where WWE has been, is today, and where we're going. Today is a great day to be a WWE fan.
WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Enough is enough, and it's time for a change!
I can't believe I'm putting my voice to this.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Thank you for your irrelevant opinion.
And now, here's your host of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon.
The first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I got to say.
I'm a broadcast journalist. I have a right to my opinion.
Oh, son of a...
I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even at commentary.
There's the sound of the bell, and we are off. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you alongside Lucas the Intern.
How you guys doing today?
If I were any better, I'd be you. And we got Nick Cataldi.
Hey.
Turning dials, pushing buttons, keeping us on the air, doing as we do. Well, I guess we'll get into a little bit of TNA, and no, we'll talk WWE Network, of course. A lot of feedback having to go on with that, as well as the Elimination Chamber. We'll talk about the results of that, and let me get this right off the top because it's a happening right now, as the late Gorilla Monsoon would say. Over at our good friends at George's Cards and Collectibles right now, WWE Hall of Famer, best-selling author, and hardcore legend Mick Foley.
And stand-up comedian.
Yes. Well, if I went over all of Mick Foley's accolades, it would take up the whole hour.
Good point.
Yeah, I mean, we could do a whole show just on Mick Foley. But no, he is right here practically in our backyard. He is at the George's Cards and Collectibles over at the Oxford Valley Mall from now until 2 o'clock this afternoon. And as if that wasn't enough, there's more coming in the next few weeks. Former WWE superstar Rikishi will be at George's in the Oxford Valley Mall 4 weeks from now. Saturday, March 29th from 1 to 3 p.m. And then the following Saturday, this is like the second leg of a Triple Crown, almost a little bit early. The following Saturday, April 5th, which is the day before WrestleMania 30, former WCW World Heavyweight Champion Big Van Vader scheduled to appear from 11 until 1. So I'll have to hit that up before making my way onto here. And then the following week, right after that, WWE Hall of Famer, yet another one. Yes, Hacksaw Jim Duggan will be at George's in the Oxford Valley Mall Saturday, April 12th from noon until 2. Head on over to the mall now, catch Mick Foley until 2 o'clock, or find out more about the upcoming appearances, including ticket info, by calling 215-943-2475, or you can visit them online at georgescollectibles.com. But I think your best bet, get over to the Oxford Valley Mall now. Hop in the car, turn on 1490 on the AM radio there in the car, and listen to me as you make your way over to Oxford Valley Mall. That is certainly what...
It's not just you, Fearon. It's us, too.
All right, listen to the show as you make your way over.
Thank you.
All right, you called me out. Good job. I was on a roll. That's how these things work. I was on a roll and just...
And just like you do to me, I shot you down from that roll.
And you need to know your role.
And shut your mouth.
Ooh. That's how these things work. We'll actually talk a little bit about that from the WWE Network, the first episode of Countdown, which I thought was rather intriguing. And they threw out the top 10 catchphrases. And I purposefully kept this from Lucas's notes because he has not seen the WWE Network as of yet, aside from a small sneak peek that he had about 10 minutes before this program today.
Yes.
So
my brother tricked me.
Yes, we got into that a little bit last week. But yes, in case you haven't heard, in case WWE hasn't hit you over the head with it like a litany of steel chairs, WWE Network released to the masses, making its debut this past Monday at 9 a.m. to a rush that made Black Friday look like a retail store at 3 a.m. in a 2-foot blizzard. WWE issuing a statement regarding the initial backlog at the launch. Major League Baseball Advanced Media, WWE's technology partner, was overwhelmed, and their systems have been unable to process most orders since 9 a.m. due to the demand for the WWE Network. So people were coming out in droves on Monday to get them some WWE Network. MLBAM has been working aggressively to resolve this issue. There have been some hiccups over the course of the week. I ended up going on the following day, on Tuesday, because while most people feel the early bird catches the worm, I'm more of the mindset of the second mouse gets the cheese.
Yeah.
I don't think too deeply into that.
I'd much rather have cheese and worms.
Very good point also.
I'm always thinking,
There you go, yes. WBCB's cerebral assassin, Nick Cataldi.
Oh, thank you very much.
And he probably shares Triple H. Oh, never mind. Better not to go there. Definitely better not to go there. But yes, a lot of reaction to the WWE Network, including, somebody who I was going to mention in a new segment we've got here on the show in the third segment, notable wrestler birthdays. Figure we, shake things up a little bit, but somebody sharing a birthday with all those, former co-host to this program. And sworn bitter enemy to Doug from George's Card and Collectibles. I don't know what now. I'm kidding, having fun, ribbing. It's what I do. Richie Bleiweiss. Yeah, so a little birthday wishes to him. And also he wanted to kind of give his take on the network because he's certainly not short of opinions. He actually sent me this in a text mere minutes ago. He said, "Let people know I'm pissed because the network keeps lagging, freezing, and their search engine is awful." And he also had a take on Batista, feeling it. Well, WWE didn't expect Batista to get booed, and that was based on a different conversation that we'll just kind of leave in house. But he isn't. He's kind of surprised that Batista was getting booed, and certainly WWE didn't expect it either.
Yeah. Well, what do you expect? Well, what do you expect? I mean, like the guy. Okay, we're gonna be happy with the guy coming back, but 4 years winning the Rumble, that's a little too far, don't you think, Vinny? Like, that's just a little too far. You don't give the guy...
Vinny, when did you get chummy with Vincent Kennedy McMahon?
I didn't, but you call him like Vinny Mac sometimes, so like,
Vin Man. I throw a few nicknames out there.
Yeah. Plus, he doesn't listen to the show. He's got other things to worry about. I'm not saying this is a bad show. I'm just like...
How do you know that?
Because he's too busy working with Kevin Dunn on those muscle heads,
Keep that up and you're going to be fired.
Really?
Had to get the last word in there on that. I don't know. That could have been one of the top 10 catchphrases. We'll have to discuss that in a little bit. You're fired.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm really quoting The Miz on this. I can't believe it. Wow, never thought I'd see the day.
Stranger things have definitely happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get. There's a litany of Facebook feedback. We'll get into that coming up in a little bit. Let's talk Elimination Chamber. Yeah, I guess we'll get that out of the way. Well, to no surprise to really either of us, Cody Rhodes and Goldust beating Rybaxel in the pre-show. Yeah, really not much to add there, is there?
Yeah, they are a lot smarter than Ryback and Curtis Axel. Ryback, I feel like he just... I feel like he still frequents with coloring books. That's just my take on Ryback. I mean, his eyes are too close together, too. That's just funny. He's just a goofy-looking guy. Skip Sheffield.
That's a bit of the pot calling the kettle black, isn't it?
What?
I'll explain it to you later. Moving on, Big E Langston, although he lost his Langston somewhere along the way. Big E defeating Jack Swagger to retain the Intercontinental Championship. We both kind of figured that because Big E has big in his name and aforementioned Vince McMahon, Kevin Dunn. Yes, moving on.
Yeah, okay.
This one I shouldn't be surprised by, but I was. The Middle-Aged Outlaws are still your WWE Tag Team Champions.
How long is this going to escalate for?
Probably until Billy Gunn is 60.
How old is Billy Gunn now?
50.
Wow.
No, I really have no idea. I think what they're kind of building for, if the Outlaws were getting booed, I'd say they were building for some babyface team to beat them for the titles at WrestleMania.
I thought that the thing on Raw, the Usos beating the Outlaws, I thought that was I really did think that was a title match. I would have thought, because I thought they said new tag team champions on Raw.
No, not so much. No, the Outlaws are still your tag team champions of the world.
The Road Dog. You
don't have to go there. It just need to stop there. We know who they are. We've heard their shtick incessantly, and it's still getting over with the crowd, which if they're trying to get booed, it's, I don't know. It's kind of this whole in-between thing, and it's not really working. At least I don't think so.
With Randy Orton as a face.
Yeah. Randy Orton doesn't like to talk about that time frame.
What, I feel like he was, he's a better heel than I like him better as a face than he is a heel, because as a face, he's a little bit more dark and edgy, and as a heel, he's more of a baby, crying baby.
Well, that's because he's been emasculated by Triple H and
Stephanie McMahon more
Stephanie, yes. He stepped in at the right time.
We used to say good guys and bad guys,
Yeah.
But it all changed. Seriously, I was just adding that little bit of nostalgia.
Like the white hats and the black hats.
Yeah, that was Gorilla Monsoon's metaphor.
Yeah, true. I guess it isn't exactly accurate, considering that the top good guy hardly has a baby face. He's got a giant beard in Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. Well, right. And oddly enough, years ago, the baby faces did have baby faces.
They were all clean cut.
Yeah, right. They were you didn't
the bad guys were all mustachioed or bearded or something like that.
Long hair, or wild long hair,
You don't see John Cena. You don't see a lot of babies with chiseled chins and dimples like John Cena. You don't see that.
Well, the line has been blurred.
There's a lot of attention to John Cena's
That
chin.
was not what I meant. Okay?
The line has been blurred a lot, though, over the years.
It has. Yeah. Almost as much attention as John Cena paid to Cesaro's nipples.
That was a little too far, don't you think?
I agree it was. But it still makes for hysterical ridicule fodder.
What's wrong with nipples?
Apparently, Cesaro's are rather large. And John Cena felt the need to point that out.
Is that bad?
On Monday Night Raw. No, it isn't bad, but he used it to try to be funny, and everybody was kind of like, why is this being pointed out?
I missed that, I guess.
Yeah, this was a little... This was... Gosh, maybe 9, 10, 11 months ago on Monday Night Raw, something like that.
I feel like Kevin Dunn sort of...
Boy, did I miss it.
Yeah.
I feel like Kevin Dunn sort of wrote that in, this won't go bad. Nobody will know.
Wow, you have a lot of heat with Kevin Dunn. I'm quickly picking up on this.
You're the one that gave me that heat, okay, Fearon? Don't point it out.
I'm so influential.
Yeah, you are.
Apparently. All right. Instant Facebook feedback on the whole Batista thing. Bob chiming in. When Batista left a few years ago, he was crying in a wheelchair because Cena dropped a bunch of chairs on his head yelling, I quit, I quit, I quit. And now he comes back as a top face, and the fans don't buy it. And I think he meant to say, and I don't either, but he said, and the fans don't either. But I think I kind of know where he was going with that. Yeah, that's... the crowd in Minnesota at Elimination Chamber pretty much put it in perspective. They decided early on that was going to be the match that they just...
crapped on.
Yeah, that they just rained down with everything from booing, chants for CM Punk, Y2J, we want Lesnar, and my personal favorite, which I think I'm going to refer to him now through WrestleMania, Bootista.
Bootista.
Yes, which the first thing, as soon as I heard that, the first thing I jumped...
I can't help it. Bootista. Clever.
It was very clever. And it made me think, apparently there were a lot of Simpsons fans in the audience, as the first thing I thought of was Mole Man going, I was saying Boo Earns.
That was a spot-on impression.
I have a few every once in a while. A few decent impressions. All right, back to the chamber. Titus O'Neil beating Darren Young, as I kind of figured. You're scowling at me.
Wait, hold on. I think I've got something to just... You can keep talking.
Oh, God. Don't get a sounder out.
Oh, I will.
Don't get a sounder out.
You get to do it all the time.
It's because I work here.
Yeah, I sort of work. I'm
You're
not
an
paid, but I work
intern.
here.
You're an intern.
I'm paid, but I work here. Okay.
Oh, mercy. Let's move on to the match of the night, the Wyatt family and the Shield. As a lot of people figured that was going to be the match of the night, the crowd they were just mental for it, to use a Jay Hunter line. The crowd just went mental for it before it even started. Before they even locked up, the crowd was chanting, "This is awesome." There was just that much there was that much anticipation for it, and that's something we haven't really seen a lot of in wrestling today. Is just that anticipation, that build-up, that match that you absolutely want to see.
Yeah.
And then there's the exact opposite of that, which we'll get into in a little bit. But the Wyatt family in a little over 22 minutes beating the Shield, absolutely fantastic match, without question. And then a bonus match with your girl, AJ.
Yeah.
But AJ on the losing end, thanks to a disqualification, Tamina interfering, beating up Cameron. AJ Lee still your Divas champion, the longest reigning in WWE history.
Are they just going to make her, like, I don't get what her and Tamina's deal is. Is that supposed to be, like, a quote-unquote relationship? Are they just trying to, like, I don't get that.
Based on the way they were dressed, I almost get the vibe like AJ Lee is the Shawn Michaels to Tamina's Diesel.
Ah, so we could be seeing that at, like, Tamina versus AJ Lee at WrestleMania. He loses.
I don't know if they're going to make that happen that quickly, but it's certainly a possibility. And then, yes, I mentioned Batista beating Del Rio. Not really a shock there. Batista steamrolling his way to WrestleMania.
Wait, Batista beat Del Rio?
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
You were just sitting on that.
Yeah, I was.
Because
I was going to do it for the Titus O'Neil, Darren Young, but you just shot me down and just moved on.
Yeah, well, the crowd showed how little they cared for it with the chants.
Yeah. They even had a sign that Batista was like, "Boo, Tista." He's like pointing at it like, Did you see the face he was making when he was on the turnbuckle though? And he's like that face he made. It looks like he was...
He has a hate me face.
Yeah.
It's just one of those faces that no matter what, you can't help but hate him. Even when he was a good guy, back in 05, 06, 07, after he left Evolution, I don't know. He just has that. He has a very dislikable face.
Yeah, this is what you want to do to his face. Wait. Oh damn. Okay, sorry. This is what you want to do to his face.
Technical difficulties in the WWE Network.
You just want to.
Are you done?
Yeah. Okay.
One was enough.
Okay.
One was enough. And then the main event, Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan, John Cena, Cesaro, Sheamus, and Christian, Elimination Chamber. And again, another one that I shouldn't be surprised by, but I kind of was. Randy Orton retains. So heading into WrestleMania, you've got Randy Orton and Batista. If WWE goes through with that, you talk about a match that people are anticipating and are in a fevered pitch for, this will be the exact opposite of that.
It's going to be like Lesnar Goldberg, WrestleMania 20. They're just going to crap all over it. We might even see a couple more We Want Divas chants. That's going to be awesome. I'm actually excited to see what the crowd's going to say.
There's that sick, twisted part of me, and I think this might be part of my influence, that, kind of wants to see how bad it can get. And I think in a couple weeks, leading up to Mania, we'll have to do a show discussing the matches that have had the least positive fan reaction bell to bell. Goldberg Lesnar is certainly up there, and I'm sure there are a couple of others.
But if you
I'll have
turn
to
off
thumb
the match,
through the archives.
Turn off the sound. I think that was actually a pretty good match. That's just my opinion. It was an all right match. Like, it wasn't something to put on WrestleMania, but it was like an all right match. If you turn off the sound, it's sort of like Cena Orton at the Rumble. You turn off the sound, it's actually a pretty decent match. It's just like the crowd sort of makes it worse because they're just booing.
Disinterested.
Yeah. But I really want to talk about, because I saw this on Facebook, and I don't know if this is a rumor or not, if somebody could clarify. Like, they're saying Bryan versus Triple H, if he wins, turns into a triple threat match. That might actually be the deciding factor on whether or not the crowd's going to crap all over that match. I feel like if WWE want, they should go with that, because that's the only way that their main event for WrestleMania is not going to be a slop fest.
Well, I don't know. I have no information, and even if I did, I wouldn't relay it because I'm not a fan of spoilers. I don't like...
Yeah.
If there's something I know, I don't like giving it out.
Yeah.
as far as like insider information or anything like that. I'm a straight shooter.
Okay.
Irony. All right, let's take care of some business. We'll get to Ed on the other side. I've got to talk about tonight's Extreme Rising event that won't be happening. Yeah, big story about that. Or Ed may have it as well. We'll see. We'll also get into Facebook feedback about the network, the good, the bad, the ugly, and otherwise. And we've got room for your calls as well. 215-949-3232 or toll free at 888-922-2149. Those are the ways to reach us. You can also check out the Facebook fan page, WBCB Pro Wrestling Weekly, and let your voice be heard by the stroke of the keyboard. Or something like that. I'm going to ignore the potential Stephen Hawking joke and go to break. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
I don't mess around. I just get the job done.
Lucas the intern, he gets the job done.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your host, Fearon Derry.
Inside jokes are horrible. Yes, indeed they are. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB.
That should be my catchphrase. I get the job done, ladies. Just throw that in there at the end. Just a funny, nothing? Okay.
Yeah, I'm totally sandbagging you on that one.
Back to you.
Yeah, can I have my show back?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you. Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB, online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry alongside a man who doesn't need neon and checkered pants to be high energy, Lucas the intern.
Yes.
He's pointing in the air.
Yes.
He's so high energy he doesn't realize that this is radio and doing visual things doesn't mean a damn thing.
Okay.
And then, of course, Nick Cataldi.
Yay!
He was waiting. He was geared up at the mic, waiting for his cue.
Just crouched like a tiger in the bushes. Just. I don't know if that analogy made sense, but you can have your show back, Fearon. I'm sorry.
It's a work in progress. All right, let's go to the Facebook feedback, and in the meanwhile, we'll go ahead and get the phones all set up here. Various reactions. Dan from Chicago, he says, "Thank you WWE, love the network." Of course, he was one of the people who got in on Monday for that. And from Raw, of course, Robert chiming in. Pardon me while I mark out. Here comes Hogan. Yeah, I guess we should talk a little bit about Hogan on Raw this past Monday.
Yeah.
He was all right.
Yeah, I was actually expecting Randy Orton to interrupt because he always does that when it comes to somebody important. But then again, he is kissing the authorities' behinds right now. So
he's joining the Triple H club as opposed to the Vince McMahon club.
Yeah.
That's the way to get around that. See, I knew where you were trying to go. That's it's enough of a description that people know where you're going without getting into too much trouble.
I feel like they should start that again, but that would be funny.
No, I do not need to see Vince McMahon's 68-year-old backside.
Not what I meant. Something like they don't show it. They don't do it bare butted, but or kiss my feet or something like that. You gotta do something embarrassing, like bow down, or bow down to the King Club. The bow down to the King Club, that sort of thing.
Once you get the network, you'll see they've done a lot of bow to the King, and there actually was a kiss my foot match.
Yeah, Bret Hart and Jerry the King Lawler.
That is good knowledge by you.
You told me that.
I tried to build you up, and you totally just undercut yourself.
Hey, I am actually a very modest person. I'm not going to build myself up to be some narcissistic Randy Orton sort of person. But I have to say, a lot of this knowledge that I'm spewing out, you've told me.
And you're retaining it. That's good.
Yeah.
It'll be even better once we start showing you some of the radio equipment and whatnot.
Let's just stick to the information on wrestling right now. I don't think you want to make me handle heavy machinery at the moment.
Is there something you know what? All right. Apparently in the next commercial break, we're going to have a wellness policy test for Lucas the Intern. All right, back to the Facebook feedback. Bob chiming in, why would you have the last pay-per-view before the network starts up and have it end with a screw job finish? Why would anyone pay $10 a month to see that kind of ending? Because it's better than paying $60 a month to get that kind of ending.
Yeah,
that's my take on it. I mean, I don't know if it was. I think it was kind of expected. The Wyatt family. All right, the lights go out. All of a sudden, they show up in the ring. I can deal with that. Once Kane came out too, it was kind of like, did TNA somehow book that match?
Yeah, like how did they end up in the chamber? Like that's what I want to know.
Well, the lights went out, and you heard the little sounder, and
yeah, but like how were they able?
The lights came up, and all three of them were in the ring.
Well, how are they able to get into that chamber without the door making some noise or something like that?
They followed the buzzards. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just I did the Wyatt thing really.
Yes.
Yeah.
More visuals for radio.
Yeah.
It's okay. You have a lot of time to learn these things.
Oh, yeah, by the way, for all you listeners out there, considering it's Mick Foley Day, I'm wearing a sleeveless flannel shirt, and I brought my own sock along. A white sock. Clean as well. You don't need to worry. But it's like...
I don't know if anybody was necessarily worried.
I don't care, okay? I'm just go with it, Fearon, okay? This is where I start to act a little bit more narcissistic. I'm wearing the
thing
flannel.
You just said you didn't do.
Yeah, well, I try... Whatever. Go back to the news.
This isn't even news. This is just reaction. We'll get into the news in a little bit. Ryan chiming in. After 1 week of Raw, I'm tired of hearing about the network. Complete opposite side of it. I'm not saying I hate it, just that they're going to go WWE app style with it and explain it week after week.
Oh, yeah. That's
probably going to be a thing.
That'll be cringe.
It'll be cringeworthy. It will. Something that, well, you can decide whether or not it's cringeworthy. Ed the Showstopper. Ed from Northeast Philly. Ed, what's going on? We got you here? Pull up B. B. There you go. We got you.
Extreme Rising show is rescheduled for the 25th of April.
Yeah, I got, believe me, I've gotten, well, credit to the folks at Extreme Rising because they're doing everything they can to make sure that people who bought tickets to the show know that there was an issue. I think I've gotten 3 emails, 2 phone calls, all within the last 24 hours, letting me know, or well, I'm sure this went to everybody, so letting people know that the Extreme Rising show that was scheduled for tonight down at the old ECW Arena has been rescheduled for Friday, April 25th. The reason being, I think there was something with the contracting, or that's what it was. Yeah, the hired contractor in the city of Philadelphia unable to schedule an inspection and certification of the building. So because they couldn't get it, the inspection, well, not that they couldn't get it to pass, but they couldn't get the inspection to happen to get a passed inspection and certification of the building, they can't legally run a show from there. And, the venue was instructed by city officials not to open or serve fines and penalties that would be issued, as well as a lengthy suspension that would be imposed that would delay the grand opening for months. So it prevents the arena from opening up legally, leaving Extreme Rising without a suitable venue to hold tonight's event. So they're doing some things to just kind of make goods for it. For that Friday, April 25th, they're going to have a pre-event free barbecue cookout with complimentary hamburgers, hot dogs, and soda for anyone who exchanges their tickets within the next 14 days for the new rescheduled date. And Extreme Rising wrestlers will also partake in this private outdoor barbecue gathering with free autographs and cell phone pictures taking place prior to the event start time. So that's pretty cool. It's a nice make good for the unfortunate circumstances.
We should exchange those. I love hot dogs.
Except I have to work that night, so how are you getting down there?
Oh, really?
Don't give up, Steve O'Neill.
Yeah.
I seen the video.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it just because as I know this is going to come as a shock to a lot of people, but I've never been to the ECW Alhambra 2300, whatever you want to call it, arena. So I was really looking forward to it.
WXWC4 in Allentown tonight, and SLW in New Jersey somewhere. I think they have I think their 2nd anniversary show there.
Okay.
Coco Beware, the Sandman, Pitbull, and Just Incredible, and Tino Santana.
Arriba. Very nice.
And the
Always good to get a Tito Santana sighting.
Yeah, and the Pittsburgh show was rescheduled because of the weather for May 3rd in Pittsburgh.
Okay, all kinds of rescheduling going on.
Yeah.
Venues and weather and all kinds of stuff.
This is crazy weather. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, I can't say as I blame you. And we got more of it coming tomorrow.
Yuck.
Yeah. Thanks so much for chiming in, Ed. Appreciate it as always. And one other note for, I guess, Extreme Rising's loss is ECWA's gain. The East Coast Wrestling Association, they run out of Newark, Delaware. Added to their show tonight, they were also running tonight, Stevie Richards against Luke Hawx. It's a free bonus to all Extreme Rising ticket holders. So that doesn't affect your exchange or refund, just an extra bonus. So you can attend the event for free if you just bring the tickets that you purchased for tonight's Extreme Rising show. So, there's a thing. And, of course, they've got their Super 8 tournament coming up in a couple of weeks, which is huge as well. So that's something to look forward to there. The folks over at ECWA, for more information, check out ecwaprowrestling.com. So, trying to turn a little bad into good, at least as best you can.
Actually, I wanted to bring up something that we haven't really, we've talked about it, but I just want to, because I want to ask you personally, and I also want to ask, give us your feedback on this, because this this Monday's Raw is in Chicago, right?
This Monday, March 3rd, yes, Raw is in Chicago.
Do you think CM Punk's going to return?
If he does, that would be one of the biggest kept secrets I've seen, or haven't seen really, since it's a secret. If that's the case, probably since Cena being the surprise 30th entrant at the 2008 Royal Rumble.
Yeah. But the thing, I mean, I still like Punk, but I'm pissed off at him. Because the fact that, I think, like Eric Gargiulo said, don't chant the CM Punk chants at the, don't chant him at the arena, chant him at his house. This guy turned his back. And I'm not saying you shouldn't still like the guy, but be a little mad at this guy. He turned his back on the company, and I understand
he took his ball and went home. Yeah, as the oft-used expression is.
He and I understand he's getting fed a line of crap. That's understandable. But you don't turn your back on these fans that are chanting your name, and you're probably not even watching the Raw. I mean, it's a little. I would think it's semi-selfish. I would understand, but just at least wait until your contract expires, and then you can be like, "Hey, I'm leaving." Give him a word of warning. We got breaking news on the internet that this guy was leaving, and it's it's sort of a "Are you kidding me?" moment. You're really gonna do this? Really?
Tell me I didn't just hear that.
Yeah,
might that be one of the top 10 catchphrases?
Yeah, why? Just why? You literally,
why, Punk, why?
Yeah, well, you literally, it's one of those moments, you literally just turn your back and you just walked out. And certain people will maybe be happy to see you return, but it's going to take a while for you to get back in my good graces, Punk. And I know you're probably not listening, but if you are, you've pissed me off and you pissed a bunch of people off, okay? Don't think you're just going to come back and be the big face that we all know and love. You let some of us down, me being one of them.
Lucas, the intern, full of vim, vigor, vitriol, vinegar, and the other thing that goes with vinegar that I can't say.
Whipped cream.
There you go. That'll work.
I know. Whipped cream.
Yeah. That good save there, Nick. Very good save. All right, we'll get into news and notes on the other side. Oh, my goodness. Also, some notable birthdays, a new birthday segment. We'll get that going on the other side. And also, from WWE Countdown on the network, the top 10 catchphrases. I've got them here. Lucas does not. We'll give you 10 guesses, see how many of them have made the list. All right. Just for funsies. I don't know. This isn't like this isn't like your arch nemesis thing. I'm not holding some sort of sword of Damocles over your head if you don't guess one of them right or anything like that.
Yeah.
No, just this is all fun.
Okay.
That's all we try to do here. So think of popular catchphrases. We'll come back on the other side. No texting Lucas for help. No lifelines.
I just hope nobody has my number. That shouldn't. That would be a little weird.
That would be.
That would be very weird.
That'd be very weird.
Just Walt Compton texts in. I'm not going to tell you, but I'm going to give you a little thing of trivia. How'd you get my number, Walt?
And on that creepy note, we'll be back. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, March 1. On this date in 1998, ECW held its Living Dangerously pay-per-view. In the main event, Al Snow and Lance Storm defeated Chris Candido and Shane Douglas in a tag team match. On this date in 1999, WCW Monday Nitro aired live from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. In the main event, Goldberg and Rick Steiner defeated Buff Bagwell and Scott Steiner in a tag team match. On this date in 2010, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. In the main event, The Big Show and Miz defeated Shawn Michaels and Triple H to retain the WWE Unified Tag Team Championship. This has been Today in Wrestling History, March 1.
You are listening to Pro Wrestling Weekly with Fearon Dairy.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Thanks there to Easy E Eric Bischoff for the kind words leading in. Can't go wrong with that. All right, going back to the Facebook feedback, we were talking about matches that didn't get a lot of reception. Bob chiming in, Undertaker-Sid was a nothing match at WrestleMania. True, but on the same token, I think The Undertaker did get he got a positive reception. It's not like people were disinterested in The Undertaker, and they weren't really disinterested in Sid either.
I'd say Lawrence Taylor versus Bigelow.
Gosh. Well, I think that was more mainstream appeal. So I don't know that wasn't something that was getting booed out of the building back in 95. It was just probably hyped more than it should have been. But that was, again, Vince McMahon trying to go for the mainstream rub and getting a, former all-pro football player.
When it was Floyd Mayweather versus Big Show at WrestleMania 24. That wasn't exactly the best match.
No, but we could probably do a whole segment on celebrities wrestling at WrestleMania and why they shouldn't. And you can pretty much start
or
that.
Any wrestling pay-per-view, like Drew Carey at the 2001 Royal Rumble.
Drew Carey at the 01 Royal Rumble.
He just eliminates himself. Smart move on my part. I would have been like, Kane, oh no.
Yeah, but then why? Well, I guess Vince put him in that position, but that's a whole nother story. And how can we go past that without mentioning Snooki?
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, I remember.
That was unfortunately
27.
a thing.
That was horrid.
Oof. So yeah, we'll have fun with that over the course of the next. And
can we not?
No. All right. We'll kick it around off air and see if it has legs on air.
Oh wait,
there we go.
Oh, I mean no countdown. I want to do. I'm talking about the celebrities.
Yeah. No, I know.
Okay.
We'll kick it around off air and see if it's worth doing on air.
Yeah.
A little bit of show prep or something.
Yeah.
John chiming in, Mr. McMahon's KMA Club is to the Attitude Era what Triple H's Click was to the PG era.
Thought he was the Blue Blood.
Well, no, he means the current era. But Triple H, yes, was known for being part of the Click back in the mid-'90s, along with Shawn and Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. To a degree, Shawn, X-Pac, Waltman, and Justin Credible.
Dominic DeNucci.
Oh, my God.
Oh, he trained Mick Foley.
Okay, so.
Who actually, good segue, is right now over at George's Cards and Collectibles. Didn't think I was going to spin my way out of that, did you?
Can I work it or what? I fed you the line. Come on.
Yeah, and I somehow had to spin it into something.
And you did fine. Oops, my mic's
on. George's Cards and Collectibles, Oxford Valley Mall, until 2 o'clock. You only have an hour and 12 minutes to meet the hardcore legend, best-selling author, WWE Hall of Famer, stand-up comedian, fundraising guru as far as charities go. Well, the Rain charity.
TV Smasher.
Yes, TV Smasher after the Royal Rumble. Yeah, all kinds of things. That's all going on.
After Elimination Chamber, what do they just throw a TV out a freaking window into a river?
No, I don't think there's any rivers by his house.
Is he from? I want to know. This is just something. I keep thinking that Mick Foley's from some part in Pennsylvania.
Well, he grew up in the Long Island area of New York.
So he's a tri-stater.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the infamous stories of him hitchhiking to Madison Square Garden to check out Superfly Snuka and Don Morocco in a cage, which is almost in the Dominic DeNucci era for Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little late end of his career.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dan just chiming in. Do you think WWE Network will show all primetime wrestling, WWE superstars, or Saturday night's main event? I would imagine at some point. I mean, I think as they get more of this off the ground, they might be able to delve deeper into the video vault. But I think for now, they're sticking with pay-per-views. They're going with Raw. I mean, they haven't, I don't know how many people would want it. I guess maybe some of the earlier Nitros, but I mean, there might be an interest in WCW Nitros. Their vault is so expansive. They have so many things. I mean, right now they've got world-class championship wrestling on there.
Yeah.
From down in Texas.
I wonder if they're going to show any old Tough Enough ones. That would be something I'd like to watch. I wanted to watch it when it came back on, but it was always it was always out of my range when it came to like bedtime and stuff. I would always have to go to bed, and we didn't have DVR at that point, so it was like, or at least my family didn't. I'm not saying we as a human race didn't have DVR. I'm just whatever. Okay.
DVR existed, you just didn't have it.
Yeah.
I know where you're going with this. That works.
All right, let's go to the countdown.
All right, yeah, we'll go into this. So WWE Network aired the countdown, the top 10 catchphrases.
Austin 316, that's one of them.
Well, yes and no. They kind of lumped all of Austin's catchphrases into number 4, although the official one that they listed was "Give me a hell yeah."
Oh, what about what? Was that one of them?
They mentioned what? They mentioned Austin 316. They mentioned, and that's the bottom line.
I do that in class, too. Whenever I do that now, whenever I saw the bottom line, it was like his video, the bottom line. Every time somebody will be annoying, I'll just start being like, or I don't like them, I'll be like, what? Just, and it'll piss them off to the point where they're going like, what? Back? And it's funny because it's just fun because they don't know what it is. It's just funny. All my friends that watch wrestling are just giggling like a bunch of jackwagons,
Like they do.
Yeah.
All right, what else do you think made the list?
All right, You Can't See Me.
You Can't See Me was number 3.
All right, was Daniel Bryan's Yes Chant on there?
Yes was number 2.
Ooh.
You peeking at this? You're like going right up
I am not. I swear to God. Okay, I gotta think. One. Okay, what about
I'll give you 2 more guesses.
Hulkamania.
Well, Hogan was on there with "What You Gonna Do,"
or like, yeah, that's technically
the whole "What You Gonna Do." Yeah, that made it at number 10.
Here Comes the Pain.
Here Comes the Pain was not on there, surprisingly. All right, I'll give you the rest of the list here. Number 10 was "What You Gonna Do."
Yeah.
Number 9 was Booker T. And
Can you dig that sucker?
To completely rip off of Justin Henry from WrestleCrap.com, there was a slight tinge of disappointment when I thought that maybe it was the other Booker T catchphrase.
Oh, we coming for you.
Hey.
I wasn't
Yes,
gonna
that
say
one.
the rest. I wasn't going to say the rest.
Can You Dig It, Sucka, though? That was it for number 9. Number 8, The Best There Is, The Best There Was, and The Best There Ever Will Be.
What
Bret the Hitman Hart.
Just
Yeah, apparently in interviews he said depending on what night it was, I mean, he came out and just said all kinds of stuff, most of it not repeatable for airwaves.
Yeah.
And we'll just leave it at that. Number 7,
okay.
Rest in Peace. Because The Undertaker's been around for ever, pretty much. He's probably more immortal than Hogan at this point.
Forever.
Number 6, and don't finish this, please. If you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for you. Move on. Moving on.
No way. In that interview with Moran, he's like, perhaps a demonstration. No. We can stop there.
Number 5.
If you smell
Very good.
what the Rock is cooking. I'm sorry, listeners, that I did that.
You're not sorry.
Yes, no, I'm not. No,
You're not sorry.
No, I'm not. No.
And there was one that they listed as Above and Beyond, which I guess they felt it should have made the list, but they didn't want to knock a wrestler off for it.
Yeah.
And one that I said earlier. You're fired.
Ooh.
Yeah, Vince McMahon's "You're Fired" made the it made the countdown, but it wasn't one of the 10.
They should do like hand gestures and see like the Cena,
that could be a possibility. Top 10, I guess.
Stone Cold salute.
That'll definitely be top 3. Yeah. And then the number 1 catchphrase. And I'll admit, this one didn't come to my mind immediately, and I'm kind of disappointed in myself for not doing so. One simple word, although depending on it could be long or short depending on how you express it. Woo! Yeah, Ric Flair.
Can't do it. My voice cracked. Darn it. Woo!
The Peter Brady of WBCB.
I actually got that reference.
So yeah, having a little fun with that. I'm actually okay with all 10 of those. I mean, there are some that I could probably shift in different. Like, I think Yes and You Can't See Me might be a little high. What You Gonna Do, I think, was a little low at 10. I think I was a little disrespectful, but I'm okay with those 10. There's no egregious omission.
I would have wanted to
maybe
see
Savage's Ooh Yeah. Maybe that.
Ooh Yeah, Macho Man. That was a bad impression.
They seem to be plentiful. Yeah. At least today. I don't know.
Is that some sort of... Do you want to go in the ring? We'll get Mick Foley as a special guest. I've got a trampoline in my friend's backyard. We'll go there.
Oh, stop. Man, I'm so sensitive. All right, let's look at the birthdays. Notable birthdays today. First of all, Adnan I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. Al-Qaisi. You might know him better as Billy White Wolf or General Adnan, depending on your generation.
Billy White Wolf.
Yeah, you know him as Billy White Wolf. I remember him vaguely as General Adnan from the whole Sergeant Slaughter, Iraqi sympathizer, that whole nonsense.
I literally hated that.
Well, the Iron Sheik was Colonel Mustafa, and then General Adnan, that was part of the SummerSlam 91 3-on-2 handicap match. As we heard from the ever-throaty Vince McMahon, the match made in hell.
Iron Sheik had also been Hussein Arab from Iran at one time.
Yeah, they had all kinds of gimmicks. But yes, he's 75 today, General Adnan, Billy White Wolf.
God bless him.
How about that?
He was a tag team champion with partner with what's his face, another well-known Native American Indian.
Tatanka?
No.
Chief
J.
Strongbow. Yeah, Chief J. Strongbow.
Tatanka wasn't even Native American. I'm sorry. That's what I was thinking. The Chief J. Strongbow.
Neither was Chief J. Strongbow or Billy White Wolf. Neither
well,
one.
I mean, they had a little bit of it in the heritage.
No, they didn't.
No, Chavis did. He's from the Lumbee tribe. Yeah.
Who?
Tatanka.
Maybe Tatanka did, but not Billy White Wolf or Jay Strongbow. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't want to lump them all together. Turning 49 today.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Yes, Booker T. Booker T turns 49.
Spinneroonies.
That kind of makes me a little... That kind of hurts.
You got to give him like 49 birthday spinneroonies instead of birthday punches.
No birthday spinneroonies. Oh, my goodness.
That's going to be a
I can't even do one birthday spinneroonie.
I can sort of do it.
Scott Antall, better known as Scotty Riggs from back in the WCW and ECW days. He's 43 today. Davey Richards, one half of the current TNA Tag Team Champion American Wolves, turns 31 today. Happy birthday to him. Your WWE Intercontinental Champion, Big E.
Langston. Just call him Big E Langston. It doesn't... I'm going to call...
You're not digging the Big E?
I just like Big E Langston better. I hate it when they change the names. Like, it just sounds... It doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well as Big E Langston. Because you get used to calling him that, and then they change it, and you're just like, no.
I don't know. I could debate that, but I'm not going to. Anyway, Big E's 28 today. Recent WWE call-up from NXT, Emma. 25 today.
Yeah.
You might have an outside shot.
It's funny. I'd rather go with it. I mean, I am attracted to Aussies, but I would rather not. I'd rather go with AJ.
And and this last one we're throwing in just for fun, and even though it's not necessarily wrestling related, here's the only wrestling connection for this person, courtesy of The Rock.
And Vince McMahon said, Rock, I know why you're calling. I know you know I need a host for WrestleMania. Rock, there's only one man electrifying enough to host WrestleMania. Rock, there's only one man that can captivate the world. Rock, That man can only be Justin Bieber.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, you've got to be.
Bieber fever
I was thinking
is no longer a teenager. Justin Bieber turns 20 today.
He's old.
Deport him, please. Just put him on a plane, send it into the river, please.
Well, no. You saw the billboards with the whole U.S. Olympic hockey thing. You know, loser keeps Bieber.
Well, that
not only did we lose the semifinal, we lost the bronze medal game too. So now we're really stuck with him. Finland?
Croydon.
Finland? We lost to Finland? Are you serious? Finland.
You weren't paying attention to the Olympics, apparently.
You don't lose to the country. You lose to the
Finland.
You lose to the athlete, please.
A Finland athlete.
Why are you ripping?
It's like
You're hateful today. You really are.
A Finland athlete. It's like a Tibetan terrorist. It just doesn't make sense.
Oh, mercy.
It just doesn't.
Athletics are not exclusive to this country. You know?
All right,
not
one quick note before we get out of here. Oh, my goodness. Jake Roberts, his Hall of Fame presenter is revealed. No real shock here, but congrats. Diamond Dallas Page officially announces the presenter for Jake Roberts at the Hall of Fame ceremony. According to a press release, Roberts, of course, living down in the accountability crib with Diamond Dallas Page, and as he battled his substance abuse issues and eventually got clean. So
he got diagnosed with like cancer too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did we delve on that this?
No, we didn't.
Okay, it might have been in the notes. But we ran out of time, like we're about to do here. Anyway, if you haven't already, make your way over to Oxford Valley Mall, George's Cards and Collectibles. Mick Foley's there. Lucas and I are on our way there right after we sign off here.
Don't give away our location. That's the one rule.
Well, they don't know what you look like. I mean, I kind of stand out, but you just blend into the crowd.
No, he told him what kind of a shirt he has on.
He didn't say what kind of color.
I'm wanted in a lot of places, so it's an old joke.
Yeah.
So they'll put you in jail. I mean,
yeah, somebody's gonna the CIA is gonna find me, and then my secret will be out. The superhuman agent, whatever. The joke's failing already. Let's just kill it.
That's a good idea. Let's kill this whole show. Stay tuned. Nick Cataldi's next here on WBCB.